this example, we're going to look at how to solve a matrix equation. If you notice, there's a matrix plus some unknown is going to equal another matrix. And from what we've talked about with matrix addition, this unknown thing must be another matrix of the same dimension. So this X that we're actually trying to solve is this other matrix which will have 3 rows and 2 columns. So we're going to try to find this 3 by 2 matrix that would make this equation true. So you might be able to look at it and figure out what those values need to be pretty easily. I'm going to go ahead and just set up some basic equations to show you how this could work. So I know I need to take 1 plus something and get 8. So let's just say 1 plus x equals 8. And I can solve that equation very simply by just subtracting 1 on both sides to get that x equals 7. So that first entry there must be 7. And check it. 1 plus 7 does in fact equal 8. I'm just going to keep doing that for each of the entries. So I have 0 plus x equals 11. I have 0 plus x equals 11, like that. And at that point, 0 plus x, I don't need to do anything there. Just x is 11. So that must be 11 right there. Now I'll do the same thing to fill in the second row. 3 plus x equals negative 5. And to solve that for the x, I'll go ahead and subtract 3 on both sides to get that x is negative 8 for that spot. 5 plus x equals 5, so 5 plus what equals 5? Pretty easy to see. If you subtract 5 on both sides there, you'll get x equals 0. You wouldn't need to add anything to 5 to still end up with 5. And then finally the last row. 7 plus x equals 10. Subtract 7 on both sides and you'll get x equals 3 for that entry. And finally the last one, 8 plus x equals 7. So 8 plus x equals 7. Go ahead and solve that by subtracting 8 on both sides and you'll have x is equal to negative 1 for that. And you'll have created this new matrix. If you were to take this matrix and add this new matrix that we just created to it, it should in fact equal that matrix. If you want to check your work with that. If this had been subtraction right here, then every time I set up one of those equations, I would have just said like 1 minus x equals 8 and so on. So just be careful with that.